everyone, welcome back to a new vlog. It's Tuesday, don't know what the date is, didn't check, but it's Tuesday. I'm gonna go out for another piercing checkup in about half an hour-ish. My mum's coming to pick me up. It's technically at 12:45, but it's quite a drive, and also like 90% of the roads in our town are closed at the moment. So we're gonna have to go like a really roundabout way, so we're leaving a little bit earlier. I know I look fairly put together today, but it's just a facade because I am actually exhausted. I'm still trying to fix my sleep schedule. I'm getting there, but it's a long process. Like expected, I took the weekend off and just kind of did nothing. Well, I was working on my crochet cardigan actually, which is coming along quite well. I've said I'm about halfway through. So that's going well, but I am exhausted and I do feel like death. So, you know, even though I look put together, on the inside, I'm not. So, you know, my only goal is to just hope that I can stay awake during the piercing checkup and not fall asleep. I've got a few things to do before I go out. I just need to tidy up and, you know, sort stuff out. And then I'll probably carry on crocheting my cardigan for a little bit before we go out, which I'll show you when we get back. I'll show you the progress I've made on that. I've made like loads of squares and also 2 sleeve cuffs. So I've made good progress on that. I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, I'll show you that when I get back. Assuming, of course, I'm still awake by then. Thursday. I've had a rough couple of days. I went out. I told you that I was going to my piercing checkup, didn't I? Yes, I did. That all went fine. Yeah, that's all good. But I then had some family stuff to deal with Tuesday evening, so I didn't manage to get to sleep as early as I wanted to, which therefore meant I couldn't wake up as early as I wanted to, which means that I've been set back again with the sleep schedule stuff. You know, even though I deliberately took a whole weekend off to try and fix it, but, you know, I am now at least, you know, waking up, like, before my alarm, though, so, like, I am making progress on that. It's just that I'm still having to deal with the knock-on effect of, the fatigue from trying to fix it, basically. And yeah, yesterday I was so fatigued I could barely get out of bed. I did get out of bed, you know, because I was like, I have things to do, and, you know, I tried to do some printing stuff because I got a whole load of sample sheets of photo paper from the photography show, and I also found some photography paper in the charity shop the other week, which is great. So I was just trying that out, and I was going to do it for like one of each so I could compare them, but there's so many, and you saw me labeling them, but yeah, I didn't have the energy to do that. So yeah, eventually I just went back to bed. And you know, I just kind of gave up yesterday. But you know, then my wheat pillow broke, and you saw me trying to fix it. But really there's no solution, because I do have I have these which are just store-bought from Tesco, but they're honestly completely useless because, well, for one thing, they're scented, which almost all store-bought wheat pillows are scented. Even if they're claimed that they're not scented, they are scented. At least to me, which is no good for me, especially when I had a headache, which I did yesterday, which means that only makes it worse. And also they're so small, you know, like if you put all the beans to the bottom, like that's just nothing at all. You know, you need like 6 to line your entire back with them, which it is just not sustainable at all. And yeah, it just doesn't cover enough area for me. So I made my own like last year-ish, and one of them got damaged while I was in Cumbria, and then the other one just randomly broke last night. I don't know why. I wasn't even aware that it broke until I picked it up to come and bring it downstairs to heat it up again, and like all the beans fell out. So yeah, I managed to patch it up just enough to use it. I just like covered up the hole with embroidery thread, Jesus, and you know, it was terrible. But you know, the goal was not to kind of fix it permanently or make it look good. I just needed it to work for a couple of days while I make a new one, which is what I'm doing right now. Which is, you know, also very annoying because I wanted to try and get my crochet cardigan done today, because I don't think I've got quite enough squares yet, but I've got a lot, like 27, I'd say, ish. I'm just guessing. I'll show you those in a bit. But you know, now it looks like I'm gonna have to make wheat pillows instead, so that's gonna get pushed back. So it just, things have not been going great, really. And I mean, usually I'd probably honestly just have scrapped this vlog because, well, I don't know, I don't really like, you know, filming when I'm not feeling my best, because it doesn't make a very good video, you know. I know from my experience that when I watch YouTubers who, you know, are clearly not in a great mood, then I don't enjoy the video because I can tell that they're not enjoying it. So, you know, and obviously, like, I want you to enjoy my videos. So when I'm not feeling great, I also, you know, often struggle to talk, which, you know, is also kind of a problem when we're vlogging, because if I can't talk, then I just sit here like a lemon, and that's not a vlog. So, you know, it just, I don't usually vlog when I'm not feeling great, but you know, the whole point of this channel is, I mean, one, it's a hobby, it's something I enjoy, but you know, it's also meant to be, you know, kind of educational. You know, I want to show people my life living with autism and a chronic illness and being disabled, and you know, I think it's just really disingenuous of me to, you know, just cut out all the bits where I'm struggling. So, you know, I wanted to, yeah, I persevered with this vlog even though I'm feeling terrible. You know, I am dressed, I might look put together, but trust me, I'm not. And I also, I don't know, I've always had quite a lot of anxiety around kind of uploading videos where I'm not feeling my best, because I never want to come across as if I'm, you know, just being dramatic for views or, you know, looking for sympathy, which I'm not at all. But you know, I know, and with the best will in the world, there's nothing I can do. You know, if you're gonna think that, then you're gonna think that, you know. I also kind of, you know, like, I know some of the people that watch my vlogs, like, in real life, and, you know, I know that they don't like it when I talk about, you know, being disabled and stuff, because they just think I should, you know, carry on anyway and be positive and, you know, shit like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, love, but I can't. So, you know, I've always been very wary of kind of showing this, because, you know, I don't want to get shit from people in real life, you know. But, you know, that's kind of the whole point of my channel, you know. I want to show, you know, what it's like living my life, and the reality is that I spend a lot of time in bed because I can't get up. You know, I spend a lot of time just lying on the floor because my back's hurting, and that's the best place for me when my back's hurting. You know, it also just, it keeps me calm. I have panic attacks a lot, and that's just, it's part of my life, and I want to show that. You know, it's hard because, you know, I mean, it doesn't really, like, if I'm just lying on the floor for 3 hours, that doesn't make an interesting vlog at all. You know, like, you can just imagine me, like, right here is usually where I lay down. I just lie on the floor and scroll through my phone. You know, like, you don't need me to vlog that to imagine that. But, you know, it's like yesterday when I was, you know, standing up, writing all the labels for the printing and stuff, you know, like, on the surface I looked like I was doing okay. I got dressed, you know, but inside I was actually, you know, I was struggling to stand up. My knees kept wanting to buckle. I was, you know, quite shaky, and, you know, so it's like, you might not be able to see that in the actual footage because obviously I speed the footage up, and so you can't really see the movement because it's all so fast anyway, so it's just a bit of a blur. But, you know, not everything is quite exactly how you see it. But, you know, despite all that, I'm still here. I'm carrying on, even though it's not exactly what I had planned. But if there's one thing I've learned over my 19 years, it's that nothing ever fucking goes to plan. So, you know, a lot of the reason why I also just kind of, you know, seem to carry on in the vlogs is because that's what I do. You know, it's like I might lie on the floor for 3 hours and scroll through my phone because I need to, or I might, you know, lie in bed all morning, but then I'll still get up and try and do something in the afternoon. And like, even yesterday I felt like absolute death, but I still tried to get up and do something. And, you know, because that's just who I am. You know, I'm not easily deterred. I will, you know, if I've set my mind to something, it will get done. Maybe not when I plan to get it done, but it will get done. So, you know, it's kind of the only thing I don't show is me lying on the floor for 3 hours coming to that conclusion that I'm gonna get up and do something, because I mean, I'd kind of already made that decision beforehand. I just had to take the break to get to the point where I could do it, if that makes sense. But yeah, I've cut out my wheat pillow strips. I just need to sew them up, and then I need to wait for my mum to get here because the beans that go in them, I bought a whole bag, but it's in the cupboard under the stairs, and there's, you can just see there's a shitload of stuff in front of that, and also I don't like going in here because it's dark and scary. So yeah, I need to wait for her to get here so I can have the beans, but I can still sew up most of the sides and add the elastic and stuff. Yeah, although I do need to get my sewing machine out to do that, so yeah, that's where I've been the last few days. Not great, I've been struggling, but we're still here, we're still carrying on. I may as well show you my crochet before I go. So the squares are coming along really great. I have this stack and this stack and also this one. The reason they're separated is because they were made with different balls of yarn. They are the same brand and the same type, but this stack was made with a ball of yarn that I've had for almost my entire life. And I'm shocked I managed to find the exact same wool. I cannot believe that they still sell the exact same one, but they did. And so these ones are the newer ones, and you can kind of tell that like they're still like, there's ever so slight color disparity, which is always the case when you use wool from like different batches. But honestly, it's mostly just because this one is older, and so therefore it's ever so slightly dirty. And also this one is like, the wool is more frayed because it's really old. You know, it's been moved around from room to room, house to house as I've, you know, moved and grown up. It's been in a drawer for like at least 15 years, you know. So yeah, that's why they're separated. From a distance, you really can't tell it at all. I might still patchwork them a little bit so that, you know, just in case it is a little bit noticeable to some people, it still kind of makes sense. But I don't think really anyone would notice it, if I'm being honest. So yeah, you can tell I've got quite a few squares. Let me just count them quickly. Oh, I got 26. I was so close to my guess. So yeah, I've got 26 squares, which is pretty good. I'm not sure exactly how many I'm gonna need, because the pattern I'm using, the girl who made it, she's much skinnier than me, so obviously the cardigan would be smaller. However, the cardigan itself is designed to be very baggy, so it would fit me as it is, but I do want it to be a little bit oversized, so I'm not sure exactly, you know, how many squares I'm going to put in each row or anything yet, but I think I'm pretty much at the point now where I need to sit down and block it out to see how many I have and how many I still need to make, which I was going to do this morning before I had to make new wheat pillows, but hey. And I also have 2 cuffs that I made, which are so black you can barely see them. But yeah, I made 2 cuffs, which are obviously for my arms, and they're smaller, so it's going to be kind of like balloon sleeves, and I'm also going to make a waistband out of black that's still going to be like, it's going to be a bit smaller so that it kind of cinches in at the waist and makes it kind of like, you know, that like kind of poofy effect you get when you like tuck a t-shirt in and then pull it out a bit. That's the vibe I'm going for. And I also need to make like a border to go like around the neck and everything with buttonholes, which I figured out how to do as well. They're actually really easy. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that, but it's just taking me a little bit longer than I thought because things haven't exactly gone to plan. But I still might be able to get it done by the end of the week, you know, as long as nothing else goes wrong. So yeah, that's where I am. I'm gonna see if I can get my sewing machine out now and sew up the sides and do the elastic and stuff for the wheat pillows, so that then hopefully I can get those done before I go to my counsellor's appointment this afternoon, and then maybe I'll be able to get somewhat back on track. I am at least feeling less fatigued today, which is good. Still tired, but less fatigued than I was yesterday. We'll see how long that lasts though. Sunday. I am feeling much better than I was feeling on Wednesday, thankfully. I'm still pretty fatigued, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as it was at the beginning of the week, but I'm still like, I'd say like 20% more fatigued than I usually am, and I mean, usually I'm still like 100% more fatigued than anyone should be, but you know, I'm still more fatigued than usual, but it's manageable. I managed to successfully make those wheat pillows that I was making while I was talking to you on Thursday. And since then, I've just been crocheting, pretty much. Haven't really been doing anything else. I've been rewatching Chilling Adventures of Sabrina for like the 5th or 6th time or something now. Already on season 2, or part 2. I don't know why it's parts, but you know. But yeah, I've literally just been crocheting. I am making good progress, so let me show you what I've done. So I've completely made the entire back panel, which is very large. It's 4 squares down and 6 across. I think the original video I watched, it was just like 2 minutes long, had it, I think, 3 down and 5 across. It might have been 4 and 5, I'm not sure. But yeah, I added an extra square just because, I mean, it would have fit me with 5, but I wanted it to be a little bit baggy, so I added the extra square just in case. So yeah, I've got the entire back panel. I've then got this piece, which is still 4 down but only 2 across, which is like this bit here, the front, and I've got another one as well, which is all the way over there. So yeah, I've got the whole back and the 2 front panels. What I'm currently doing is I'm making these, which are a little bit smaller than the average square that is here, which are going to go kind of down here, and there's also going to be 2 at the back. which are for, because it's 6 squares across at the back, but I've only got 2 on each side here, it would leave an entire 2 square gap in the middle. And obviously I'm going to put a little border with the buttons and buttonholes on, but that's only 7 stitches across, which means it's just a bit too much of a big gap. So I'm making these smaller ones to go on either side of the front panels, and then I'll have the 7 stitch thing in the middle. So it's not going to be quite the same amount of stitches on the front and the back. I'll be missing 3 stitches, but that's fine in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I'm making these smaller ones to go on the front. I've made 3. I still need to make 5 more. I can do maths. And then I also need to do the 2 at the back, which are going to be like the opposite of this. So this is 8 stitches, no, 10 stitches across, but still 16 rows. Because the normal squares are 15 stitches and 16 rows. Because that's how it was when I measured it. In hindsight, I probably should have just done 15 and 15, but whatever. So yeah, it's 10 stitches, but still 16 rows. Whereas when I do the ones at the back, it's going to have to be the opposite. So I'll still do 15 stitches, but I'll only do, I think, 10 rows. I'll have to kind of experiment with that, but I think that's correct. And then there'll be a border all the way around and also a border around the bottom. The only thing I haven't done anything for yet is the sleeves. Well, I've done the cuffs, I've got the cuffs, but I still need to do all of the squares for the sleeves, which is going to take a lot longer. But yeah, I've made good progress. I'm going to need a lot of squares for the sleeves. They're going to be 4 squares like around. So the sleeves will be attached to the front 2 squares and the back 2 squares, if that makes sense. And then it'll be, I don't know how many squares long it'll be, because I've got fairly long arms. I'm just long, which is why I did, I think the original one I did was, the original pattern I looked at on YouTube, I think it was only 3 squares down. But I did 4 just because I'm just long. Like my limbs are just all very long, so I might have to do quite a few squares to get it all the way down to the bottom, especially because I want the sleeves to be poofy and baggy, so I might end up, there's going to be a lot of squares for the sleeves, but that's fine. I'm making good progress. And then also the final touch is, this is just my little test thing that I was doing. I've got this black wool that I'm using for the cuffs and the border. So I'm going to do like a black stitch just in the center of, where all the joins are. So, all the way down here and across. So it's still kind of, it's kind of checkered, but not really, because I haven't used different colors for the checks, but it's still kind of checkered, and I just think it'll look really bold and cool. And yeah, I'm happy with how it's going. It's taken me a lot longer because I'm quite a perfectionist, and so I keep undoing and redoing things. I've sewn the back panel together 3 times. Yeah, because I just can't leave things be. It has to be perfect, but I'm happy with it now and I know what I'm doing, so everything should be good. It's just taking me a little bit longer than I expected. So yeah, that's where I'm at with the crochet. It's not going to be finished this week, but hopefully I'll be able to finish it next week. I'm not sure, because I do have a lot of squares to make for the arms, but I'm heading up to Peterborough next week to get my passport sorted. I'll tell you more about that in next week's vlog, but it's about, well, it could be anywhere from 1 to 2 hours trip, depending on if we hit any traffic. Without traffic, it'll be 1 hour. With traffic, it'll be close to 2. So, I have anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours on a round trip to just make squares in the car, so that should be good. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Just been crocheting and watching Sabrina, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, I have got quite a busy week next week. Well, I've got one thing to do next week. I've got to go to Peterborough, but that'll be quite a big thing. And then I just have a chiropractor's appointment on Friday. But that is for next week. But for now, it's the end of the vlog. I haven't really done that much this week, if I'm being honest. I did go out and do a very brief photo shoot, and by that I mean I literally just walked behind my house and took a few photos of squirrels. Yeah, didn't take very long at all, wasn't that interesting, and honestly didn't get amazing photos because I just I couldn't get close enough. They're very skittish, so I can't get close enough to take any photos, and I don't have a really long lens or anything to take them from afar. So I got some, they're all right, but they're not perfect. But you know, it fulfills the photo shoot a week requirement, so that's fine. So yeah, you know, I'd planned to take, you know, kind of last weekend off just to try and fix my sleep schedule, but it turned into taking, you know, a week and a half off to fix my sleep schedule, which thankfully is now fixed. I'm now going to bed and getting up at the times I want to, and that's all fine. I'm just still a little bit fatigued after Christmas still. But I have made good progress this week, so even though I haven't really done anything this week, I am still, like, I'm back on track, almost. Which is good, because it's February in 2 days, so it's only taken me a whole month. But yeah, anyway, this is the end of the vlog, so I hope you enjoyed. Like it if you did. Comment down below, tell me if you like how my cardigan's turning out, and if you have any, like, tips or, you know, anything for crochet, let me know. Again, if you have any ideas for crochet projects, also let me know. I've already got like 5 different jumpers planned, as well as my mum sent me this pattern to a little crochet ducky, which I think I might make as well. So yeah, leave any suggestions down below and I will see what I can do. And if you have any you know, video ideas as well that you want me to do, leave them down below and I'll see what I can do as well. And yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video.